everybody, it's Melissa, and just like I promised, sorry it's a little more than an hour later, I am coming to you live today from my kitchen, opposite view than what you've normally seen because I'm going to be on that side of my kitchen today. Don't mind the couple things over there. This is a canning kitchen. I am busy processing carrots. If you happen to see my little thing last night, I put up 18 pints of carrots last night, and I have more in the pressure canner as we speak. So I wanted to show you one of our new one pot wonder meals that comes in this season's best cookbook. What I like about it, it's done in one pan. Okay, supposed to be done in one pan, but the majority of the meal is cooked in the deep covered baker, and my deep covered baker does not fit in my microwave. As you can see back there against my fridge, I have a smaller microwave than most. So I'm gonna cheat and use my trusty Rock Crock to start my meal in. And then of course I'm just gonna transfer everything into the oven. So pretty cool. What I'm going to be making tonight is called Philly cheesesteak sliders. I kept calling it cheesecake all day today because cheesecake is just a yummy thing. It's simple. It's all fresh ingredients. It doesn't take much to prep. So from the time we start to the time it's finished and ready to be served, it's less than a half an hour. I did realize I left one thing in my fridge. So I'm going to quickly grab... Can't have Philly cheesesteak if you don't have the cheese to go with it. So provolone. So the main ingredients for this meal are green pepper, onion, a little bit of butter, a clove of garlic, some Worcestershire sauce. It's got some dinner rolls. I decided I'm not going to waste 4 rolls. It calls for 8. So I just bought the dozen, and I'm going to make this recipe and then half it. So I'm going to have 1.5 recipes of Philly cheesesteak sliders. The other thing else it calls for, like I said, the garlic. It's provolone cheese, some butter, a little bit of Worcestershire sauce. Hey Hazel, how are you? And then of course some crushed peppercorn and garlic rub. So it's going to be kind of cool. So I'm just going to start breaking this down. Just to let you know, my oven is preheating. It's at 350 because like I said, this is going to start in the microwave, finish in the oven. So it's going to be kind of cool. If you guys like what you see, don't forget there's a little button down below that says share. Share this bad boy. So that way everybody else can see the recipe and see the video at the same time. So this is basically a few odds and ends to make this. You don't need to pull out any elaborate tools. I have my new Santoku knife. I have my manual food processor. I have my garlic press, some stuff because it's just going to be fun. So basically, recipes is as follows. You're going to cut the top of your green pepper off. Not a big deal, right? And you're going to remove the seeds. With the knives, the best way to hold it is to use your loser finger, lefty or righty. Use your thumb on one, pointer on the other, grasp the tang, wrap your fingers underneath. That way you use your loser fingers so you're not losing a finger. These new knives are amazing. As you see, pop. Oh, look it. What happened there? Nothing. I just cut the top off. Scoop loop. Ready to do. I think I'm going to turn you guys down, point you down just a tad so you can see what I'm doing on my new cutting board. So I hope you can see better there. Great. So scoop loop, top of my lovely green pepper. Easy. I'm just going to go down in, give it a twist, and out comes my junk. And I never thought of a junk bowl. So as you can see, seeds are gone. Easy peasy. I'm going to take this and again, give it a couple good chunks because this is going to go into my manual food processor. I'm going to let that do all the work for me. All right, so a few chunks there, nothing major. Set that aside for now. And I'll save this for a little later in case I need it. And then the next, lovely onion. I'll tell you, I don't know about you, but onions always make me cry. So I'm just going to slice it from root to stem. So I have it in half, and it calls for the whole thing, so I'm just going to cut both ends off now that I got it in half. Put these in my to-go bowl. Take a quick peel off of this bad boy. Sometimes you can get it in one swoop. Other times, you got to peel it more than once. Now, the good thing about this, I'm not going to be crying my eyes out because I'm going to let my manual food process do the work. So again, you're taking this onion just like the green pepper. You're basically cutting it into chunks. Oh, oven's ready, preheated, ready to rock. And I'm going to let it do its work. So just giving it a couple good chunks. I may have to put my manual food processor to work a couple more times, and that's okay. You don't want to overcrowd your food processor because you don't want it to get stuck. But simple, I'll take a couple there, I'll take a couple here. Because what I want to do is I want it to chop, so my food processor is going to do it for me. Why spend all the work and all the energy if I'm not going to get reward out of it? Hey, hi Connor, hi Joshua. Auntie Issa's making dinner. What are you guys having for dinner? If your husband has really ticked you off, just keep going. I mean, look it. Flop, 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 flop. Done. So I need to grab a spatula. So that way I can grab all the onions and green peppers out here. So the cool thing about this is look at that nice cut. Isn't that pretty cool? Smells yummy. So this, like I said, if you joined me earlier, I have a small microwave. My deep covered baker does not fit in my microwave. So basically, I'm cheating and using my rock crock. All right, easy enough. Blade back in, more vegetables. Just space them out between the 3 blades. And round 2 is complete. Stuck it in and start going to town. Some people pulse away, some people pulse towards you, whatever your preference is. But this bad boy's a workhorse. I put it through the paces. You are and went to IHOP, but sounds yummy. I haven't been to the Augusta IHOP. I heard mixed reviews. But how did you like it, Christina? And there. Welcome everybody. I am making Philly cheese steak sliders. Notice I did not say Philly cheese cake sliders. I've done that before today. Actually, several times. So the good thing about this, I rinse off and it is done. You don't have to worry about deep cleaning it so much. Right now I don't need to. So, can I take the blade out? I whack the sides to get it off, stick it in my sink and go. So the last little bit of my veggies are going to go into my rock crock. And then from here, it is going to be easy. All right, there are my veggies. Now comes the fun part. Here comes the ground beef. So like I said, it calls for a ½ pound. I'm putting in a little over a pound because that's how it came from the store. And if any of you are in the Augusta area and can get there before the store closed, Shaw's has 80% ground beef for $2.49 a pound. Yes, I said $2.49 a pound. So it's amazing if you can buy in bulk and then freeze it for later like I do. I'm not going to use my mix and chop yet. I'm just going to use a trusty wooden spatula, and I'm just going to mix this up a little. And the good thing is this is not going to take long. This is a 7 to 9 minute microwave, and it will be done. Believe me, it'll be done in 7 to 9 minutes. I'll start on the 7 side, and then I'll work my way to the 9 side, so that way if it's not quite done. Again, give it a good stir. Get your Hamburg and your onion and green pepper combined well. I'm going to pop my top on and go to the microwave. Again, like I said, I have a teeny tiny microwave, so this fits perfectly. Smack dab in the middle. Set my time for 7 minutes and start. That's one of the hardest parts of this meal, believe it or not, is letting the microwave do the work. Hey everybody, glad you guys joined me. I am in the process of making Philly cheesesteak sliders. It's made with ground beef, provolone cheese, garlic, onion, butter, you know, green pepper, onions, all the fun stuff. My husband's not due home from work for another hour, so I'll eat them hot and I will make sure they stay hot for him. Hi honey, sorry. So if you didn't notice, this is the new cutting board. Yummy. This side has the wells for your juices to catch. Little pour spout here and then the solid on the side. Love it. I basically just went and chopped up my green pepper, chopped up my onion. That's mixed with my ground beef. It's popped in the microwave for a little while. I'll check it probably about 3.5 minutes in, halfway. Give it a good mix to make sure that everything looks good. Nothing's got big chunks. Oh, Ruth, I cannot wait for these bad boys. A couple weeks ago, I made the beef and broccoli meatballs, and those were yum. So this is something I'm excited to try as well. Now, the one thing that I'll have to do, you know, is drain it a little bit because there's going to be some fat in the hamburger. Like I said, I bought 80% for $2.49 at Shaw's. Good until they close tonight. And I like 80% because it's not super fat-free, but yet it gives you great juicy burgers and juicy meat. I don't know about you, but I cannot stand dry beef. Not a way. Tell us how they come out. Oh, actually, yes, Annie, I will. Because once these bad boys go in the oven, they only take between 10 to 12 minutes. Hence, from start to finish, a half an hour. It didn't take me very long to prep. My onions, my green pepper, my ground beef, microwave's doing the work for me. The one thing I have to do while they're in there is, hey, I gotta slice some rolls. So like I said, in any day dinner roll, I wouldn't really do like a brown and serve because they'll need to cook a little bit longer. But I am going to do this nice little 12-pack of just regular dinner rolls that I picked up at Shaw's. Yes, I know I didn't make my rolls, but that's okay. I didn't have time to do all that, so I'm doing it this way. Like I said, this meal's going to be done and ready to eat in less than a half an hour. And that's the one thing I like about the new Season's Best. It's a one-pot, one-pan meals. I'm a very busy person as well this time of year. Besides the fact that I'm back to work full-time, I'm also into canning season to put away for the winter. I've got carrots going now, so I have a half an hour until they come out. So why not get my dinner done and then let them cool down before I can handle them so I don't have to worry about it. So if you guys want to save this video for later, hit share down below. Share button. Share me to all your friends. Call me the crazy pampered chef lady. That's okay with me because I want to tell you this one pan meal is amazing. I love the beef and broccoli meatballs I made a couple weeks ago, but this one is definitely going to be one of those ooey gooey bite into it cheesy kind of things. I'm using my color-coded bread knife. They have redesigned these, so this knife is not green anymore. And basically, I'm just going to cut these in half. I'm going to separate it a little for me because I don't want to try to hold 12 rolls on their side and cut them in half. So I'm just going to cheat. Get my pot ready because I'm going to use my 9x13 stone because like I said, I'm making a recipe and a half. So instead of doing the 8, I'm doing a dozen. Gotta have leftovers for lunch, right? And they'll reheat just as nice. So what you want to do with your bread knife is get these on a nice side. Again, don't lose your fingers. So, hey, thanks, Kelly. So basically, I'm just going to start slicing. So I'm going to hold nice and gently. I don't want to squeeze my rolls because I don't want them to collapse. But I want to go a nice downward motion to the cutting board. So I can cut all the way through. And if I open it up and I've missed a spot, easy enough to do. Ta-da! There's half of my dinner rolls. I'm going to put the base in the bottom and move the side to the side. Top to the side. And again, I'll do it with the other half of my rolls. So these, I cannot wait for these. And then while I'm getting the meat mixture into the rolls, I'll also be heating up some butter with garlic. So I will be, you know, giving it a little bit of garlic love at the top. Again, half and done. So basically, that's what it looks like at the bottom of my pan. Nothing big, dinner rolls. Hey, who knows? So while we're waiting for the hamburger, and I have, oh wow, 1:30 left. I'm gonna go ahead, use my mix and chop, grab these, and check this out. So we wanna make sure that the ground beef is done. So I'm gonna grab, it's not super hot yet, put it in this bad boy, and look. So it's gonna need a few more minutes. My power of my microwave isn't as strong as some people's. So use my mix and chop, and I'm just basically breaking up the beef. Just twisting it around, how easy, you know? So break up the big chunks, dust that off, put that on, and back in the microwave it goes. And I'm gonna put it in for a couple more minutes. There, and then come back to you guys. So like I said, while I'm getting this stuff done, the meat going, I got my rolls all prepped, easy enough to do. So since my rolls are in half, I put them in the bottom of the baker. If you put them in your deep cover baker and they don't fit, you might have to give them a little bit of trim or eat a little of the evidence. But while I'm doing that, I might as well use some of my cheese slices, provolone pre-sliced, and I'm just gonna overlap these towards the bottom. So basically it's going to look like 2, 3 on the top, 3 on the bottom. Nothing too extravagant. It's going to meet. It's going to melt with the meat. Go figure. So that's simple, that's easy. My microwave, after the meat's done, I got a tablespoon of butter here. And to that I'm going to add a clove of garlic. And I don't know about you, I'm not a peeler. Hence garlic press. Throw this bad boy in and let it do the work for you. Give it a nice little squeeze. And then I'll use my knife to get it out. And that's okay, because as that melts, the butter will infuse with garlic and it'll be nice to brush on the top of these rolls. And so as you see, now I'm just waiting on the rest of my beef to cook. And that's the hardest part, waiting on that. And then I'm going to transfer it from there into here, layer on some more cheese, and actually I'm going to give it a couple shots of Worcestershire sauce, which is fine. Maybe even a few more Worcestershire sauce, along with some more herbs. As a matter of fact, I'll get those ready together too. So in another prep bowl, I'm going to go ahead and put the 2 teaspoons of crushed peppercorn and garlic rub into a prep bowl, nothing major. And then I'm going to add the 2 teaspoons of Worcestershire sauce, Worcestershire, however you want to pronounce it. And I might as well use my, give it a little spin. Because what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to transfer this to the meat mixture. Or can even better, yeah, nice. Oh, I don't know about you, but if you love the smell of Worcestershire sauce, there you go. So like I said, the hardest part of this meal isn't the prep. My prep's all done. It's waiting for that thing in the microwave to go off and say, hey, the ground beef is cooked with the onions and green peppers. Even better. The one thing I like about the one pot, one pan, one meals is everything together from start to finish is less than a half an hour. So I know most of you have small children. Back to school starts next week. Some of you are teachers, some of you are coaches, some of you are soccer moms, soccer dads. Some of you are just so busy that you are more likely to hit the drive-through than to stop and make your own meal. Like I said, if you have a half an hour between canner loads of carrots that I'm doing right now, You can make yourself a healthy meal in less time. You don't have to worry about hitting the drive-through. You don't have to worry about processed foods. The only thing processed right now is these hamburger rolls, because I didn't make them myself. So, and the provolone cheese. I don't make cheese. Sorry, people. So once that's done, I'm just going to stir it again. And so I've got less than a minute. I'm going to go back to my microwave. I'm going to check my beef mixture, see how it's cooking up. Love that. Give it a nice little mix, and notice that I am done. All right. All my ground beef is no longer pink. It's nice and brown, and I'm going to drain it. So if you don't have the mesh colanders, I would seriously think of getting some. They are one of my favorite things. I got rid of my plastic ones. Plastic just didn't cut it. And at least with my mash, I don't have to worry about it so much because everything comes off of them. And if you're ever draining meat into your sink, you always want to run the hot water first. So that way it doesn't gel up midstream and mess up your pipes. So hence the hot water going down. It's cool enough that I can just go ahead and dump my mixture in my strainer to get that extra grease out. I don't need that extra grease in my pan. Pop that to the side. Pop that on. Now we're good to go. So the one thing that, like I said about this meal, is the hardest part was waiting for that to cook. It's completely done now. So now I'm going to go ahead and pop this, pop the butter and beef, butter and garlic into the microwave for a few seconds. And get ready to assemble this meal, which I'm pretty excited about. So now that this is drained, I want to pop it back in here because the rock crop keeps it warmer longer while I'm making sure that the rest of the meal is finished. So on my ingredients, you know, you overlap the cheese, all that good stuff. We cut the rolls, all that good stuff. My butter is done. Oh, garlic butter. Yum, oh, yum, oh. So giving that a little stir to let that sit for a few minutes. So what I'm going to do quickly is I'm going to take this Worcestershire crushed peppercorn garlic rub mixture, pour it over my meat, and give it a quick toss just to give it a little extra flavor. If you like Worcestershire sauce, you can add a few more shakes if you'd like. I'm just making sure that's all incorporated there. And actually, I may give it a shake. Why not? There's no salt in here, just from the Worcestershire sauce. So, and whatever's on the butter. So this is easy. So this is all done. Now all I'm going to do is take this bad boy. I'm going to use a spoon, transfer it onto my, into my rolls that are already there. Whole mixture, meat and all. Layer it right on. If you have any big clumps, give them a little break while you go. That just ensures that they're completely cooked and you don't have to worry about, you know, not done ground beef. I don't know about you guys, but I'm not one for red meat. Any red meaters out there? Hey, Janie, how are you? So again, if you've just joined, I am making Philly cheese steak sliders. Started in the microwave oven with the ground beef, green pepper, and onion mix. And they are going to finish off in my oven. So, the ground beef, green pepper, onion mixture mix is almost all on there. If I had the deep cover baker that would fit in my microwave, I do this on the microwave in one pan. But sadly, it is not, so Melissa has to do two pans. Hey, you do with what you got. All right. So now that I have my meat all spread over my dinner rolls, yummy, yummy, I'm going to go ahead, top this with the remaining cheese slices. You know, like I said, it's a cheesecake slider. There I go. Cheese steak slider, not a cheesecake slider. Holy cow, wouldn't that be good though? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pop these onto the top. Nothing big. Oh, put them back in the order I took them off from. And I'm going to take that lovely mixture of butter and garlic and rub that all over the top of these bad boys. And pop this in the oven. Like I said, it's less than a half an hour from start to finish. I don't think I've been quite a half an hour yet, which is okay because I got plenty of time still to cook. I just want to make sure these are all yummied and use all that yummy butter and garlic. And if the meat slides into the pan, who cares? It's going to be good. You're going to eat it. You're going to take it and you're going to go to town. So there you have Philly cheese steak sliders going in the oven. And they're for 10 to 12 minutes or until the cheese is completely melted. And that's it. So for right now, I am just going to have to wait the 10 minutes or so to get these bad boys out. So while we're going to do that, I'm going to hop off Facebook. And then I'll hop on when I pull it out of the oven. So if you want to save this video for the recipe, I'll post it later underneath in the comments. Go ahead and click share. Share at the bottom. Because like I said, call me the crazy pampered chef lady. I don't care. But this is one of the new recipes that comes out September 1st in the new season's best cookbook that is dedicated to one pot, one pan wonders. Everything. All meals, no desserts, start to finish. There's the beef and broccoli meatballs. There's the chicken pho. There's the Philly cheese steak sliders. Man, honey, if you're listening, why don't you bring home some cheesecake? Because evidently that's on my brain. So it's really cool. What a great meal this is going to be. So again, if you haven't shared already, to save this to your desktop, and then when I put the recipe on there, you'll be able to notice it. Go ahead and hit share now. Name me whatever you want if you need to, but I will be back in about 10 minutes. I'll go live when I get ready to pull these out, and that way you'll be able to see what they look like finished. Until then, everybody, thanks for joining. Bye.